Do you also think that you have to renovate the whole house before you sell? Let me tell you, a lot of sellers actually throw in tens of thousands of dollars before they sell, but they don't sell a penny more, and they actually spend money on things that buyers don't care about. Help you make the right real estate decision, I'm Maggie. Today we are going to walk through this house, and I'm going to show you 7 things a lot of sellers waste their money on before selling, and then at the end I'll give you 3 things that cost you nothing and that you can do by yourself. Before we start, we helped over 160 families to move last year and close over 220 million in sales. If you consider moving, the link to connect is in the description. Let's go. Number 1 is that you don't have to patch all the cracks on the driveway or the sidewalk. So a lot of sellers will see this actually showing on the inspection report, and they will be like, oh my gosh, it's a big crack. Shall I patch it? Shall I actually put in a new sidewalk? Well, let me tell you, there are only 2 kinds of concrete. The one that has already cracked and the one that hasn't cracked yet. All the concrete will crack at the end, and it's mostly cosmetic. Of course, I've seen some cracks that big enough that will make a tripping hazard. If that's the case, I will recommend you to repair it. And a lot of times, the only way to repair it in a nice way is to remove it and actually put in a new concrete. I know it's very pricey, and so that's why I only recommend you to do it when it is a tripping hazard for people to come to see the house. This is absolutely cosmetic, and a lot of buyers think that cracks are very normal. Number 2, don't throw your money on the yard. Well, you will argue that, well, yard is important. It's part of the property, right? And it has to make it look really nice. I would agree, but I'm saying don't waste too much money on the yard. The most important thing that you have to do is you have to mow the lawn, you have to edge it really well and put some new mulches in. And of course, all the bushes, the trees, everything that's here on the front yard or in the backyard, you have to trim it so it actually presents itself really nicely. And if you're asking, shall I spend $20,000 on the new patio? I would say no, save the money for the inside. Most of the younger generation actually don't want a big yard. You just want to show them that the yard is low maintenance and it looks great, and that's good enough. So the 3rd thing is that you don't have to always put a new roof on before you sell your home. So like homes like this one, well, we just happen to have a newer roof. It looks great, but when I look at the other roofs in this community, there are some 25-year-old roof that has cedar shakes on it. And then is it going to be like we have to spend $30,000, $40,000 before we list the home and put in a new composition roof? Well, I will say get the inspection done first and see what the inspector says about the condition of the roof. A lot of times, if the condition is good and there's no leaking, the buyers are quite okay with it. Of course, they want to negotiate with you, especially in this market. They will negotiate anyways. They might mention this roof. At that point, we can negotiate with them. And a lot of times, the credit they're asking is much lower than the cost of a new roof. So I would suggest to get the inspection done and wait until you actually put a new roof on. The 4th point is that you don't have to always get a new front door before you list your home. Well, when I actually walk through the sellers before we list, sometimes they always say, oh my gosh, Maggie, I'm so sorry, this front door is so old. I don't like the window, I don't like the glass design, the paint, it looks ugly. Do I need a new front door? And almost all the time, I would say, no, you don't have to. And if the lock is not functioning very well, get a new lock. And the paint, you doesn't like the color, there are too many cracks on it, get a new paint. The cost of the front door is like $2,000, $3,000. You don't have to spend that money. Just get this repainted and it will look really nice. You have to make sure that all the penny that you put into the house have good return. Number 5, don't add high-end materials just to sell. Well, of course, if you ask me, I want great things too. I want hardwood all the time, I want marble countertop, but is it really worth it? Can you actually get the money back? And that is the question you should ask yourself all the time. For example, if you're selling a home that is under $1 million and you have old carpet on the main floor, is it really worth it to spend $25,000 to put in engineering hardwood just to sell? Well, I would argue no. Just get the new carpet. It's probably $8,000, but the house looks clean, consistent, and neutral. And that is the impression that you want your clients to feel like. And of course, a home like this one is almost $2 million. Of course, you want nice things. You want engineering hardwood, you want the new kitchen, because you can get the money back. And that's what I'm talking about. You have to watch how much you spend and how much return you are going to get. Number 6, don't convert your garage into bedrooms or ADUs. Well, some sellers ask me, hey, Maggie, my home is so small. It's only 1,000 square feet, but I have a garage. How about I convert the garage into another bedroom? Now my home is 1,300 square feet and I can sell it a lot higher. Well, I actually tell my clients all the time, a garage like this worth over $100,000. So you are missing out $100,000. I'm spending $30,000 on another bedroom. Maybe you can sell another $30,000 more. So what? You are losing this garage. A lot of buyers, especially on the east side, they want a garage. So if you don't have one, they might not even consider your home. Of course, a lot of buyers even will ask you, well, do you have a permit to convert it? That's another thing that you don't want to touch. So don't touch your garage, just make it clean and spend the money in the interior of your home. Well, since we're talking about permit, the last point is don't do anything unpermitted. And of course, there are occasions where we recommend seller to do things that require a permit. For example, we want to add a bedroom for a 2-bedroom single-family home. People all know a 2-bedroom versus 3-bedroom single-family home makes a huge difference for buyers. So we actually recommend the seller to talk to the city, get the permit in. It only takes you 3 weeks, and the whole cost of adding a closet and the permit is only $2,000. In that case, I think it's worth it, and we do it often. But I also see some of the listings without the permit, they just list it as a 3-bedroom home without any permit. At the end, they will be reported to MLS and you have to change it back. Well, I would say just make it legal or just don't touch it. There are things, like changing the whole bathroom or add a bathroom that takes so long, it takes a lot of money. In that case, I don't recommend the seller to do. Just do the cosmetic work. That could be good enough. Except for those 7 things I mentioned, I want to give you 3 tips that are free, that you can do it yourself, and you can do it over the weekend, but they are so important. Don't skip them. Number 1, decluttering. Well, make sure you put all your personal stuff away. All the tables are clean, and you actually don't have a lot of furniture in the house. You want the buyer to picture themselves living in your home, not to imagine you living in your house. Decluttering is the most important. Number 2, deep cleaning. Make sure you actually clean the kitchen and bathrooms really well. There's no grease in the appliances and all the flooring are very tidy. And of course, you want to mow your lawn and make the yard look clean as well. It only takes you 2 days, but it makes a huge difference. Number 3, change your light bulbs into one color. That is important because you don't want to show different colors in one photo. Make sure you use warm white, which is very neutral, make the home look clean, big, and very cozy. Changing the light bulbs probably only costs you $100, but you can actually sell the house thousands of dollars more. So before you list your home, sort things into 2 categories, must fix and nice to fix. Don't touch a dollar if it's not worth it. Put money into things that buyers can touch and smell. The rest, just negotiate whatever you can. To help you put it into practice, we actually prepared a 2026 Seller Smart Guide. To grab it, it's very easy. Just give us a thumbs up, subscribe our channel, and tap the little bell next to it. And then you can grab it for free. If you have more questions, feel free to book a 30-minute free consultation with me. Before you sell, you can actually consult with me and it will save you a lot of wrong turns. I'm Maggie. I will see you in the next one.